Hello everyone, I'm Reena Augustine and welcome to Community Impact. The reason we do these interviews is to bring to you the amazing people who are making a difference in the community. I have the pleasure to interview Miss Prakruthi Mysore Gururaj, who is a social entrepreneur and director of Connect Within and Beyond, who strongly believes in serving the community locally as well as globally to make a difference in people's lives, to bring changes that will encourage people to overcome their challenges. Through her service around Queensland, she is recognized as an eminent community leader for her contribution to multiculturalism. She has been able to achieve this through her abilities and skills in areas of leadership, public speaking, writing, and entertainment. She truly enjoys her community engagements while being a career woman as a business analyst and mother to two beautiful children. Her leadership positions include Deputy Leader for Mental Health Foundation Australia Queensland, Multicultural Ambassador of Redcarpert Functions, Advisory Board Member of Multicultural Queensland Social Network, Australia Ambassador for ODATA 10K, Overseas Ambassador for APF Mrs. Karnataka by Asha Prakasha Foundation, Peace Ambassador of International Women Peace Group, IWPG in Australia, past President of Kannada Sangha Queensland, past Vice President of Federation of Indian Communities of Queensland. Her major award and recognitions are Excellence Community Award in recognition of enormous contribution to the community by Fiji Senior Citizen Association of Queensland, Kayaka Yogi Award 2021 in recognition of social service and leadership by Global Basava Peace Organization, Star Mentor from Mission Mentors, a global platform for mentorship, Crown winner of Mrs. Karnataka 2020 in virtual pageant Quarantine FB Queen 2020, Award of Merit from Greater Brisbane Women in Brisbane Business Awards 2017 and 2018, which is Community Dedication and Social Justice Award, Local Legend Award 2018 in recognition of outstanding contribution to local community, Multicultural Community Ambassador for Gold Coast 2018 Commonwealth Games. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Ms. Prakruthi Mysore Gururaj.
Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction, Reena. It makes me feel so beautiful being here along with you.
You have done so much community work as well as being a business analyst. Prakruthi, so many achievements and recognitions. And that's only mentioned about everything that you have done in Australia. But you have been in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and in India. You have made a difference. And of course, you have traveled to Nepal and did community work over there. So I would start by asking you, what is your vision? And what motivates you to wake you up in the morning?
That's such a wonderful question. My vision is to stand as an example to show every normal woman, like with me, being a family person, having children, having full-time job, can also serve the community to make this world a better place to live. It might sound really big, but it all starts at a point. And I want to show that when I can do it, everybody else can do it. And what makes me to wake up in the morning, I always look forward to see each day as a new day and to learn new things. And it always happens with me. I end up meeting new people, hearing new stories, and it keeps me going. It's always something to look forward to. And that's the best medicine for the happiness within us.
Wow. So what made you come to Australia?
Well, travel has been in me for almost 20 plus years. And when I got married, the first place that I moved into my neighboring state, Kerala, that was another adventure and exposure me and my husband took. Then obviously, as you mentioned, we went to Saudi Arabia and then to Dubai. Every time I've moved, there's been one or the other reason that we took the turn. But coming to Australia was nothing really planned as such. It was the global financial crisis that had brought in here. And we thought, well, we have been here so far. outside, our kids are born, especially my second one in Dubai, and we say there's much more to explore. So my older son, at the age of 7, he had traveled 7 countries.
Oh, wow.
So, well, as I mentioned, we did think of either Australia or Canada. Our destiny was written to Australia. Here we came. And I always keep saying, from the day one, I just felt it was a home away from home.
Such a nice feeling, eh?
Absolutely. Especially with the people and the place. I come from South India, Mysore. It's pretty well known, as though, you know, it's known for its palace, beautiful culture, heritage. It's in my name. And when I came here, that's the very similarity I saw with the people, the kindness. And I always say that everything starts back home. So anything I'm today here is all the learnings that I had in my hometown, Mysore, where the kindness is the basis for the humanity there. So I just feel so connected to Australia.
Australia, the land of opportunities.
And then especially Brisbane. It's such a similar mindset of people. They're very welcoming. They make people feel comfortable. You would feel the same when you go to Mysore. Probably if any Brisbane people did go to Mysore, they can say it's a home away from home too.
Friendly and very accommodating.
Yes.
Wow. I recently saw your photo waving to the crowd 20 years back and 20 years later. That photo captured my mind. I'm like, wow. So you have been doing this from the time you have known what community is and what community engagement is. And when you shared that photo, and I'm like, there's the beauty of that photo was the way you were 20 years back with all that light in your eyes still prevails till now. So you haven't given up. Nothing has bothered you. Nothing has held you back, even if with all the experiences. So tell me an experience of why you still have that light in your eyes.
See, what I would always say is the energy and enthusiasm would remain when you look forward to see new things in life. I am content in terms of whatever I've got from the Almighty, but I'm not content in terms of learning. Every day, as I mentioned, I look forward to learn new things, and every bit is a new experience to me. So was me way back 20 years, not even 20, 25 years, or probably 30. It's since my childhood, I'm the same. And I always believed in small-time pleasure. I wouldn't wait for something big to happen for me to feel happy. Anything, a butterfly, a colorful butterfly, would attract me. I would feel, wow, it's beautiful. So every little things I would enjoy. And when I would go and serve these kids, well, I pretty much can say my service started when I was in year 7. Probably I would be 12 years old girl. I was known as a dancer in my community as well as my relatives. Any functions, I would just jump off the chair, start dancing. Everything made me feel happy. I'm always a happy child then. And then I got an opportunity to perform in the school, and there was this one teacher, I'm still looking forward to find her, Miss Vijaya. She came to me and she wanted me to be the lead performer in one of the programs. And that was the start. I never looked back. And the other teachers recognized me and they said, Prakruthi, would you mind coming and choreographing a dance for the kids? It was in the same school in St. Joseph's I started. And then there was a government school, a state school, which was more for the underprivileged children. One of my friend's mother was a teacher there, and she gave me an opportunity and she said, Prakruthi, can you teach? When I saw that, oh my God, the excitement, enlightenment in the kids to learn, and they were fabulous. That was an eye-opener, paradigm shift they call. That was the moment I said, oh man, this is what I want to do. And there was no expectation whatsoever in any point in time, even then or now when I did it. So I've continued to do that. Then I went on to choreograph the dance for engineering college, then to MBA college, wherever my brother was studying, he would come and say, come teach my friends the dance. And then many, many, many places. When I continued to do that, it was more, the more I gave, the more I got. Be it the service, be it the, the happiness, anything I gave one-fold, I would get back the tenfold. So where would you really want to stop? Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
I wanted to double it, triple it. And this is exactly what I want to show. And I keep telling to people, when I put things in the social media, it's basically to motivate and inspire people that the life is beyond your age. Life is beyond your problems. Life is beyond your challenges. It's always having that hope that everything will pass away. Buddha once said, everything passes, good, bad, ugly. Everything passes. So you just have to give time. Nothing should hold you back. And that's what you told. Nothing held me back. It was always that something to look forward. I want to do something new. And another thing that keeps me going, I always learn new things, just not in terms of people. I do new things, irrespective of which environment I am, what people I'm associated with. Recently, I learned Indian classical dance after 35 years.
Wow, 35 years.
Yes, and it's anything that pops up, it shows in my interest and it comes in. There's never a second thought of me. I immediately jump in and I want to do that. So in 2019, I had actually gone as one of the VIP guests for Lalita Kalalaya School of Bharatanatyam, which is run by Guru Padma Lakshmi. And when I went there, as I mentioned, I'm from Mysore, and now the Dashara is happening. It's about goddess Chamundeshwari killing the demon Mahishasura, and that happened in Mysore. And today, the Diwali, which is celebrated in India and all around the world, is the story of Mysore. The fight went for 9 days and night, and 9th day she finally kills him, and that's the victory of light over darkness, and that's Diwali. And when I watched that dance, I just wanted to jump onto the stage. I wouldn't be knowing the dance. I just wanted to go in there. And I told her after the performance, I said, this is what I felt. I want to learn. I've learned Bharatanatyam as a child. I think I started when I was 5 years old. And then it was intermittently learned. Never did I do Arangetram. But this is what the law of attraction. When you put out your energy, it always comes back. Correct. 2019, I'm talking. 2021, Guru Padma Lakshmi, offered, she said, Prakruthi, you wanted to learn, I'm happy to teach you. That was the ultimate thing I could have ever dreamt of. I couldn't believe, I got goosebumps. I was on a holiday, came back. In 3.5 months, I learned the full dance, which would take years to come to the point. It's again all the blessings and the energy. So it's very important to carry that energy within you is what it manifests.
Prakruthi, I saw that performance. I was there live. Unbelievable. The crowd went crazy because learning only within 3.5 months. And as you said, that it takes years to perform and learn. And you did it in 3.5 years, and you did it in a very excellent way.
Thank you so much, Reena.
It was amazing.
So that is one. So similarly, now I'm into another new thing, which is a surprise again. So it's all about trying to do new things, learning new stuff that keeps us going.
That's right, that's right. And Prakruthi, you stand an example for so many women out there. Not only the Indian women, from multicultural background. You have 2 kids, you have a family to look after, you work full time, and still you go out of your way to do work, right? You do things. There are many people who actually get tired. I have spoken to many ladies and, they want to volunteer, but they're like, oh, I work full time, I would like to volunteer. But that energy you cannot, and you don't want to have those kind of people in your team with that kind of energy, right?
Yeah.
So what can people out there, women out there, do to do what you are doing? Have the same energy.
First and foremost, get off that comfort zone. our body and mind is very much as per the science, use and disuse theory. The more you use, the best it runs. Your mind, your body, you will create that aura, not for only others, but for yourself.
So that is why the Connect Within and Beyond was born.
Absolutely. And I keep saying it's very important to connect within oneself. Just a couple of weeks back, I had one of the talks for One Heart Women Empowerment event. And that's exactly what I said. Take your purpose. Know what you want. And that was about my life storytelling. And I did tell the challenges that I went through, how I emerged out of it successfully. The more we try to do, the more we get back. And to do that, each one of us are born with a unique abilities. I would like dance. I would like singing. That's my interest. There are people who are good at painting. To go out and do things doesn't mean you have to be out of the house, sitting inside the house itself. No wasting time for unnecessary things that will not help you in any ways. When you ask like you're always happy, I would say anyone worrying helps them to come out of the problem. Please worry 100-fold.
That's right.
Just sit down. Don't do anything. Keep worrying.
If you can find a solution, why not?
It's again the law of attraction. The more you think and dwell about the things that's not going right, the more you're attracting it to happen. And when you share, and if you're thinking there are people who are empathizing, that means you're creating that environment to have people to sympathize, pity you, and talk more and more and more about it. So you're basically, re-enhancing and getting it out. Instead, say, it has happened. Can I make any changes to that? Is it in my control? I do it. If not, pack it up.
Fantastic.
Let me see something else
And
about
move
it.
on. Move on.
Connect with positive people.
That's right.
And that can happen only when you connect within yourself, your positive side. Every human have two sides. We are two sides of a coin. We have good, bad, happiness, sad, happiness, anger.
So
right?
Just the balance. You need the right
just
balance.
And then positive, negative. Don't allow that negativity to engulf you and your abilities. Just put it aside. Look forward. Always I say, surround yourself with positive people.
Prakruthi, recently I saw a ceremony where you actually were dressed up, painting. You did that painting on the t-shirts yourself. So tell me more about it.
Oh, that's a very, very interesting and historical moment, just not in my life. It's also about an integration between two ancient nations, India and Australia. When I talk about connections, it is the universe. You connect to universe, things will bring everything together. In 2016, I had written an article called Queensland, a Multicultural Hub, when I was a PRO in Federation of Indian Communities as Queensland. And I had put in there what I earlier said. From the day one, I felt this was home away from home. I never felt I was in the foreign land. It was absolutely so much familiar in every ways. And I never had thought that something will unfold after 5 years. In around, I think, January 2021, in one of the events, I was approached by Auntie Peggy, who is indigenous elders and the keepers, and Auntie Kathy, her sister. And then she came and she said, "We feel the connection with you. You resemble one of our family members. We want you to be part of Gungari Women's Circle." That was absolutely not expected or even thought of. And these connections, it just doesn't come with a person it's beyond that, the spiritual side of it. And I was amazed. And then I said, absolutely. And they said, you to be in our women's circle, we need to have a ceremony. And then I said, yes, I'm all set. They said, you're not supposed to be wearing clothes. I said, I'm set. And she started laughing. It does happen that way back in the countryside when they do. Auntie Peggy is from Mitchell. It's in the Queensland. And I said, fine. And then there was a preparation for that. For 3 months, I went there and everything is hand-painted. India and Australia have a very similar culture. Ancient India and Australia. It has been researched and proved that there's a genetical connection between India and Australia. And then I had to go learn the painting, do the painting, learn the dance, know some of their languages. And that was the most beautiful time of my life, where myself, Auntie Kathy and Auntie Peggy would talk in hours to understand why this has happened, how it happened. And the very surprising part is when they felt the connection in one of the events, we happened to meet each other in many events. I was singing the song, and actually Auntie Kathy and Auntie Peggy were seated apart. And they both felt the same at the same time, and they are not very verbal in their Aboriginal language. They're very spiritually connected, and most of the times it's the expressions. So Auntie, even now she remembers, they both looked at each other and said, So they both had felt the similar spiritual connection. And then I had a formal ceremony and I was taken into the women's circle. The first one on the mainland was after 70 years for Auntie Peggy's granddaughter, Jandy. And 6 years after that, my ceremony happened. So after 76 years, it happened to me. And only the elders can give the name to the traditional name to the women who come into the circle. Surprisingly, I was given a name, Bwa, means a butterfly. And surprisingly, I do have a butterfly on my hand.
That's right.
And those are the callings. They know, they understand how a person is. Generally, they see the children from the young age, and that's how they declare. But since the time Auntie has seen, they've seen how I flitter, go and colorful. I go and sit in people's life and make difference. These were all the aspects they considered, and they named me Bwa. So it's been a very historical moment, and it is an integration between the two nations. And at the ceremony, I also did explain what all the similarities we had, like the Havan, hum jo bolte hain, like Havan, and then we apply ochre on our side, like, Shiva Vibhuti, they also do. That was a very main aspect of the ceremony. So once I was smeared with that, we had a traditional dance, and then I was taken into the circle.
What an honor it must have been.
It's been an absolute honor to me because I'm a chosen one.
That's right.
And I think it was all that I always wanted to bring about in me and to connect to people. So this is where it all finally ends up.
So it all makes sense that you felt this country as your home. There was a reason behind it, and see, it is your home.
It is.
You're the chosen one.
Absolutely.
What a blessing. What a blessing, Prakruthi. Prakruthi, Connect Within and Beyond has been prevailing for 2 years now, and you have been out there in the community talking about how people can help each other as an ambassador for mental health Queensland. What's your role in that?
For me, the very reason I started Connect Within and Beyond, as I said, one is by sharing my own story. Going forward, I want many more women to step up and share their story, not in per se of their accomplishment in terms of the business or any of the other side. There are many other organizations who are addressing the domestic violence. Recently, Maria Atango is also running the program. Mine is more from the spiritual basis. I want women to come forward and talk how they could connect within themselves, and that has helped them to find the way out and how they found the spiritual way. And each time I've had a talk, even in the 2 weeks back talk, at the end of it, 2 girls came, which have experienced this before as well. They held my hand. They said, "Oh my God, we could feel and connect and resonate with every point you spoke. It was so inspiring." Especially because we all are from different country. Australia is a land of migrants. And for me, I want to show, even as a migrant, how you can feel at a place you were destined to go. There's always 2 things, Janma Bhumi, Karma Bhumi. We move. Janma Bhumi is where we are born, the land we are born. Karma Bhumi is where we are destined to go and serve.
I love that. Wow. Janma Bhumi, Karma Bhumi. Your birthplace and your
service place where you're meant to live and to give service. As I always said, service doesn't mean that you need to be always out. Service starts at home. The very basic element is the kindness. First, be kind to yourself. Be kind to your family. Then to your neighbor. It all starts with a point and then it opens up. That is what makes you understand what is your ultimatum. So with the mental health, this aspect also plays. When you're connected inside, when you're happy for yourself, you're emitting that happiness for others. Right? It's the happiness, the smile is contagious. What is mental health? Being peaceful at mind. And just a couple of days back, I was talking to one of my other friends and I said the same thing. Most of the time, the trouble starts when we overthink. It's all in here. It's all the mental perception that we move in. Nothing is a problem. Without challenges, what's life? You know, even the ECG says as far as it's having a spike up and down, you're living. The minute the line goes straight, you're dead.
That's right.
So don't die. Always explore. Try new things. Never ever regret that, oh, I should have tried.
That's right. Regret.
Never regret it. Never regret it. And that's when the mental health, me being connected with Mental Health Foundation Australia for last 2 years, has again joined the dots. I was trying to bring the difference through a spiritual aspect, and now I got an opportunity to be a part of MHFA and serving in a different way. And also to tell MHFA is doing amazingly great to the community and to Australia and even worldwide. Anybody can access the material that they've got. And as I had spoken in the past event, we do have different stages where we take up life. When initial stage you just felt, oh, I'm just getting overwhelmed by all the challenges, just find someone who you can trust, or to even, have a conversation and just let out, and you'll find what the problem you're going through. The next thing is you've passed that stage, seek a guidance like a counselor. But if you've passed, let it go for too long, seek a treatment. But the current issue, what's happening is the suicide rate in younger people. So MHFA this year is raising fund to be able to help these younger Australians to be resilient to the problems that they go through and to reduce these suicide rates. They want to create a course that the younger people can get certified, and they want to create the leaders to learn about and be a first aid people to notice when the changes has happened and when we can help. So I was given this blessing of being able to make difference to the community from the spiritual side, as well as being a part of other organization, multicultural organization, and now Mental Health Foundation Australia Queensland.
So, what's the future for Connect Within and Beyond? What is it going to do next?
I would continue to do the motivational talks that I've been doing, but I want more people to come forward. In this aspect, Connect Within and Beyond is just not meant for women, it's for everyone. Everyone do get stressed, they feel the anxiety, they feel challenged, they feel overwhelmed. And I want to get far beyond from being a very women specific to the other genders as well as the younger ones. I want to involve them. Like sometimes when I talk to my younger son who's just 12 years old, he just amazes me with his thought process, his wise thoughts. So there are children. So if the younger ones come forward and start sharing their story of how things have, moved on, and how you need to believe in oneself, how you need to respect the elders. Respect is the very core of any aspect in life. The minute you start respecting oneself, respecting your family, respecting the elders, you let your ego go. And then you'll tend to learn. And I want more younger ones to come, male also to come and to talk and be a part of Connect Within and Beyond and to share their story.
I love that vision. I love that vision to involve the community. Come forward, share your story.
Absolutely.
Right? So that should be the key to all the solutions right now, what people are facing, especially with the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Right? People do not have people to talk to.
Yep.
And that's where the internet plays a very important role. And I see that you do a lot of Zoom interviews, Zoom calls, talk to people. And you have changed a lot of lives. Personally, I have seen it, Prakruthi. So keep up the good work. And thank you for sharing your amazing journey with us.
Thank you so much for this day, Reena. This is what makes me going. This actually does tell me that I'm doing the right thing. You have inspired me. You always do. And thank you so much. And I would say continue doing your amazing work to the community. And Community Impact is an amazing initiative. And more people will be inspired by your way of interviewing and giving them this opportunity to share their experiences.
Thank you. It's all because you said energy and surrounding with the right people. Having you in my life definitely has made a huge difference. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Reena.